Hello and welcome. In this video, we will show how to create Test Data Rule 1 in the GRules suite that was created in Lesson 2 of this module. For this Test Data Rule 1, if the account balance is greater than or equal to 50,000 and less than or equal to 99,999, then the account reward level will be gold. For this example, we have set up a sample project that contains one default project version with 3 domains: a user domain, an account domain, and an address domain. The test data rules that will be defined apply to the account domain. Within the account domain, we have 4 attributes: account number, account type, balance, and reward level. Currently, the reward level is randomly generated for each account with no business logic. By defining test data rules within our test data rule suite, our GRules suite, we can apply business logic when the balance and reward level are generated. Our logic determines what reward level will be assigned based on the balance. Let's open the GRules management dashboard. Here you can see the test data rule suite that we set up in lesson 2, named account rules. A test data rule suite can have one or many test data rules. What is a test data rule? A test data rule defines the conditions to be met for a specified domain and attribute, and the actions to be performed when those conditions are met. Test data rules form a conditional if-then statement. What is a test data rule condition? A condition represents the if portion of a conditional statement for one domain and one attribute. Conditions can also be combined using an and or. Here is an example of a condition. If account balance is less than or equal to 5,000, this is a condition for a test data rule. What is a test data rule action? An action represents the then portion of a conditional statement for one domain and one attribute. A rule can have one or multiple actions. Here is an example of an action. Then account reward level equals basic. This is an action for a test data rule. For this lesson, we will be showing how to set up test data rule 1 for the gold reward level. For this rule, if the account balance is greater than or equal to 50,000 and less than or equal to 99,999, then the account reward level will be gold. Next, you will need to click the Add GRule button. Each GRule that is added to a suite will automatically have rule as the name with a number. This number increases each time you add a new GRule to the suite. For this example, we are going to enter account balance is greater than or equal to 50,000 and less than or equal to 99,999. Once you have entered the description, click Save. You will see the GRule underneath the GRule suite information. Next, we will need to add our first condition. Test data rule 1 has a total of 2 conditions. To add a condition to a test data rule, click on the Add Condition button. The Add GRule Condition dialog window can be used to configure your condition. For this condition, we will select the account domain and then the balance attribute. For the qualifier, we will select greater than or equal to, and we will enter 50,000 for the value. Next, we will select and for the condition. Once you have configured your condition, click Save. You can see your condition configuration below the GRule information. We need to add a second condition. Click Add Condition again, and you will see that account has already been selected as the domain. For this example, we will leave it as account and select the balance attribute again. For our qualifier, we will select less than or equal to and enter a value of 99,999. And for our condition, we will select then. Once our condition has been configured, click Save. You can see both conditions in the F conditions section. Next, we need to add an action. Test Data Rule 1 will only have one action. To get started, click on the Add Action button. The Add G-Rule Action dialog window can be used to configure your action. By default, account has been selected as the domain. For our attribute, we're going to select reward level. For this G-Rule action, we will leave the value type as constant. However, you can also select generator. When generator is selected, you can choose a generator to generate the value when the conditions are met. For this action, we will enter gold as the value. The isString checkbox will be checked automatically because our value is a string. Click Save. We have completed our first test data rule configuration. Within the pseudocode pane, you can see the complete pseudocode for our conditions and actions for this G rule. For the G rule, the conditions and the actions, you will see 3 icons within the action column. The pencil icon can be used to edit a G rule condition or action. The trash can icon can be used to remove a G rule from a test data suite or to remove conditions and actions from a G rule. The move icon, which appears as an arrow, can be used to change the position of a G rule condition or action within its table. We have just completed the Test Data Rule 1 configuration within our G rule suite. In the next lesson, we will show how to configure Test Data Rule 2 for this example. Thank you for watching.